welcome back to the show. I'm Tim, and Jen is across the table from me. How are you?
I yawned.
She yawned. Wake the fuck up. What's up anyway?
He who had a nap.
Yeah, I didn't have much of a nap. I think what did I like? 10-minute nap.
I watched a 40-minute episode of a TV show, so.
Okay, 40-minute nap then. That's all right. I don't think I was asleep the whole time. I think I was playing some Xbox in there too. And I think the Xbox got tiring, so I just shut it off and had a little sleepy.
How to put Tim to sleep. Turn on an Xbox.
anytime after 9 o'clock at night, for sure. Yeah, so I hope you guys are all doing all right. Wearing your masks. You know, keep your pants on. We're doing cool here. Still, fucking listening to some new shit. Got some exciting new stuff that's been released. Got some fun news I wanted to blast out to you guys too. But especially I got a little. I'll tease this for a little bit later in the episode. But a reasonably local band whom I really like is fucking getting some serious recognition, and you know they always have. They've done some touring, and yeah, well, I'll bring you to that a little bit later, and you guys can hate me right now for not telling you who the band is. So, what have you been listening to these days?
Not much, because I haven't been out much.
No, yeah. Still in the pandemic world here.
Yeah, I dropped the kids off to school, so that's enough time to hear We Will Rock You 3 times.
Yeah, We Will Rock You. That's a famous one with our kids.
With one in particular, yes.
Yeah. No, that's cool. So, yeah, good news. Carcass dropped another track.
I did hear that.
What'd you
Thanks
think of
to
it?
you. What do I think of it?
Yeah.
It sounds like
Well,
Carcass.
I'm not talking to them. They're not going to answer me. Fuck, these guys are slow as shit.
It sounds like Carcass, which is a good thing.
We love yous anyways. Yeah, no, it really, really fucking does sound... It's exactly what I wanted.
In the first half a second of you playing it for me, I knew exactly who it was.
Yep. No, I know, and I mean, I got an instant boner when I saw their name pop up.
That's the second new
Yeah, well, no,
release.
they've been dropping. So the new track, which actually looks like it's getting some nice play, or the Long and Winding Bier Road, is that what you call it?
I have no idea.
Bier, which I don't actually know what that means. It sounds like it's probably German.
Are they German?
No, they're English. From Liverpool.
It's probably Bayer Road.
Is it Bayer?
I don't know.
Maybe it's Bayer Road. But anyway, it's fucking sick. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some haters out there because I think Carcass has a really divided fan base. I think there's the people that are like, they only ever made one album, and it was their grind album in 1984 or whatever it was. And then there's the people that are just like, I like the newer Carcass, like the Heartwork and On stuff. I mean, personally, I can't think very many Carcass songs I don't really like. Let me see if I can pull up this album. There's one album.
Heartwork is definitely my favorite album, and I know I will get shade for this, but I really like Surgical Steel, too.
I always thought Surgical Steel was a decent album. So, I think... remember here. I'm pretty sure it might actually be Swan Song. Yeah, I think it was Swan Song. There's a few of my friends that Dan in particular is a pretty big Carcass fan, and I'm pretty sure he was like, that album's kind of just not his, he doesn't dig it. And I believe it was because they were kind of trying to get more mainstreamy, rocky
I thought Surgical Steel was the one he didn't like.
Well, Surgical Steel's their new one. That's 2013.
Well, that's not new.
Well, no, but that's their newest album.
Yeah.
Like, that's new when you consider the Swan Song was 96.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know.
I find the new stuff, so they've put, 2 songs out now? 2 or 3?
So...
Just one a few weeks ago.
Just a second here. They don't really have, like...
It should be like the top 1 or 2 songs on the list.
Just a second here. So, The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue came out this year on the 21st of August. And that's a good tune, too. I had a good listen to that.
There's been 3 songs then, because there was one a couple weeks ago.
So there's the long and winding.
Unknown road.
We'll just call it the long and winding. No, we can't just call it the long and winding road because that's who is that?
The Beatles.
Is it the Beatles?
Yeah.
Well, that's ironic. They're from the same town. Fun
Yeah.
fact. Or one fact, as our kid would say.
I'm pretty sure that's probably a play on that.
Well, it probably is. So I guess that's not really irony if they did it on purpose.
No.
But anyway, so there's that track, and then The Living Dead at the Manchester. Oh, Under the Scalpel Blade was the one they released in 2019, like probably right before Christmas.
As like a precursor to this.
And it was kind of supposed to be like the last. It was supposed to be the track they were releasing, and then the album was going to come out in August. And they never have put the album out yet. I'm hoping sometime it comes.
Well, the album was going to come out in April.
Originally,
and then it was going to come out in
originally,
August.
and then they had said. Then they
And now it's
bumped it.
October.
Oh, they are actually saying now?
As long as it's a vinyl issue.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Just them and a whole bunch of other bands are having.
Which, they're old school, so they want to release everything at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I find this album's kind of going back to more of the harder Carcass.
Oh, it is. Like I said, they've done really, really good work. They're old men. They're out of their time. They're out of their time now, so they really have to kind of push to keep their product what people want, and I think they're doing a good job of that. I'm always going to be a fan. It's kind of like, those people that like this shitty baseball team that never wins. You still love them because you've always loved them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like, they're always going to be kind of special to me. And, like, if I ever got a chance to see Carcass, there's no fucking way I'd turn it down.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. You guys would be stuck here, and I'd be gone to fucking Manchester.
Or Vakken, because that's like one of the only places they play now.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd probably find them at Vakken. You could probably find them any of the big festivals. They'll be there. I mean, you're not gonna have a big metal festival and not call Carcass.
No.
There's just they're kind of a staple. Which it honestly surprises me, like how many young kids like I'll talk to. Which fucking here I'm just gonna shit on millennials, which probably some of our listener base is millennials. But I'm still gonna shit on you. But I hear a lot of the younger guys and girls like, who the fuck is Carcass? And I'm like, well, we're done here. Like, we're not fucking, this conversation is completely over. You can go listen to Avenged Sevenfold, and I'm going to go over here and fucking not talk to you anymore.
Now, I'll say I didn't know Carcass until I met you.
Okay, but in fairness to that, you're not a huge extreme metal.
No.
I mean, I guess you are, like, because extreme metal is a lot of different genres. Like, metalcore is an extreme metal genre. So is deathcore. You do like some deathcore stuff. I mean, you like Heaven Shall Burn.
Yep.
So that's a cross between deathcore and metalcore, depending on what album you're talking about.
And Carnifex.
And Carnifex is, deathcore.
I love Carnifex.
I mean, you're a huge Aborted fan. So Aborted is like, I don't know. I get into arguments with people over what kind of metal that is all the time, but I consider them to be just death metal most of the time, with exception to the one that you like, Strike 9.213. That album is...
No, Global Flatline.
No. Strike 9.213, no, is their deathcore album.
Which I haven't listened to.
Yeah, we listened to it before.
Maybe I blocked that out.
It's got, like, O.J. Simpson's voice in it. Like, it's...
I think I probably blocked that out.
Maybe. But anyways, we're getting off topic here. But the point of it all is that I get into arguments over, like, what kind of metal Carcass is, and, it's kind of grindcore here and this and that, and, like, they'll switch it up, and then, like, they've almost rock and roll albums here and there.
They've tried some different stuff, but never swaying too much from their roots.
No, it's true. And the important fact is that you listen to them and you can tell it's them.
Yeah, you name me a single Carcass song that within the first 30 seconds you don't know that it's Carcass.
Yeah, you cannot listen to it and not know it's them.
No.
If you know anything about metal at all. And chances are, if you're listening to this podcast, you know something about metal, or you wouldn't even waste your time listening to us. Because we're as much as I'd like to just educate everybody on the ways of metal, that's not really what we're here for. We're kind of
here for everything.
Well, we're here to kind of talk to the people that already know a little bit of shit about metal, and might know a couple bands. And the if you don't know a band that we're talking about, then you've got nothing but gain from this. And so I can't word tonight, so don't even.
No,
bother.
it's late. We're tired.
But late is the
speaking
way we do
of
it.
like certain demographics that'll only know who I'm talking about. What's your take on the new Isan stuff?
Well, yeah.
Bleh.
Isan kind of makes me throw up in my mouth sometimes.
What happened there?
Same thing with. I'm going to sound like a broken record here. Same thing. I kind of have a hell of a lot of respect for the guy because of who he is and what he is and what he stands for.
Because I'm tired. It's immortal, right?
No.
No.
It's Emperor.
Emperor, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But let me just say this. I'm sorry if you disagree. You know what? Please, I'd love to have a discussion with you online. If you do disagree and you want to fucking hit me up, don't be mean. Okay, please don't give me, don't be mean to me. Saxophone has no fucking place in heavy metal.
No,
Sorry, I think I just distorted everyone's speakers there, but
it's bizarre.
It's odd. It's like I'm listening to Michael Bolton and black metal mixed.
Yeah.
And I just don't. Is it Michael Bolton or is it Kenny G? I don't know.
Kenny G's a sax guy.
They both suck.
He's the dirty sax guy.
They both are horrible, and we don't like them. So anyway, but yeah, that's the part
Speak
about
for
it.
yourself.
That's about the thing that bothers me. All right, we're so anybody who wants to host a podcast, I'm gonna be looking for a new one.
I am kidding.
So yeah, no, that part bothers me. I have heard a few tracks of his solo stuff that I, obviously thought were good. But yeah, you can ruin a good song pretty quick with some fucking saxophone. Let me tell you.
It's not just the saxophone; it's the strange high-end vocals and.
Yeah, there's a lot of oddness. I mean, he's experimental as well. He's creating. It's
people online talking about it are talking how it's prog metal.
Yeah,
there's nothing metal about it.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, now we're gonna get into another.
You can't take a piano, a flute, a saxophone, and a high-pitched voice and say it's metal.
So I'm gonna get into another artist, shortly, whom everybody knows, who is a well-known metal artist who has just produced a rock and roll song, and that guy is Corey Taylor.
I'm digging Corey Taylor's new Southern rock rap.
Okay, so now this is coming from a guy who has not heard it yet. But I've just been reading.
You haven't listened to any of it?
I haven't listened to it. I just haven't had a chance to because it just never popped into my mind to listen to it. I've had other things I was trying to get in my ears before that. But now, as a whole, that doesn't bother me because he's already known for being a rock guy.
He's pretty versatile, yeah.
He's known for. I mean, Stone Sour's not a metal band. That's a fact. They're just not.
No.
They are a good band. I like what I heard from them. What is it called? Through the Glass. Everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
It's a good sad ass rock song that even a metalhead could get behind.
Stone Sour's a lot of sad ass rock songs.
It is a lot of sad shit. I mean, the guy had a lot of sad shit going on. That in the early days of Slipknot, it was all sad shit for him until his life started getting a little bit better, and I think he had some. He was reunited with his father, and so I think that kind of cleared up a lot of his angst a bit.
I think you were looking for a reunion with.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
reunition.
Getting corrected is what I'm gonna be. I'm getting corrected.
Well, I guess we got the title for our episode.
But like I said, I'm never going to hold any kind of disrespect for him producing a rock song because that's kind of what he does. He was that before he was ever a metalhead.
Yeah.
Stone Sour is older than Slipknot. So, and I don't know who else was in. I don't know if there's any other Slipknot members in Stone Sour. Do you?
I have no clue. I am fairly new to.
I'm actually going to look this up right now because I'm curious to know. Because for some reason, I thought Jordison was the drummer for Stone Sour.
Maybe.
I know Jordison is the drummer for the Murder Dolls.
I'm fairly new to the whole liking of Slipknot.
Really?
Yeah, they weren't. They just weren't.
Oh man! So like Slipknot was one of the bands that got me back in the day. Like,
Yeah, I
remember
know.
we were
I had
talking
friends who
about,
were
talking
obsessed
about
with
like
Slipknot.
like Korn and Freak on a Leash. I think we talked about it on a couple episodes, and it's like when I heard that song, I was really turned on by it, and it was probably had a lot to do with my adolescence. It had a lot to do with the fact that I had never heard anything like it.
Freak on a Leash was on the third album, right?
Freak on a Leash was in the first. Now I say Freak on a Leash. I don't think. No, actually, that would have been probably when I started listening to Korn.
Oh, see, I started listening to Korn in the Korn days.
And then I stopped listening to Korn about 2 weeks later. But no, I'm kidding.
Korn and Life, the Korn album and the Life is Peachy album, to me, those are the Korn albums.
Yeah, okay, Jim Root is in Stone Sour. He's number 4.
Okay.
So he is in Slipknot. So I don't know if he was originally in the band, but man, seeing these guys' age is really making me feel old. He's 48.
Yeah.
But then again, they were...
Corey Taylor's pushing 50, isn't he?
Yeah, and I mean, you think about it, that makes sense because they would have been in their 20s probably when I was listening to them the first time, and I would have been a teenager.
He still looks good.
Who, Corey? Yeah, no, he's a fucking good-looking dude.
Guess
man.
what he does to stay in shape?
What?
DDP.
Oh, really? That fucking goddamn Diamond Dallas Page, man. That's something else. And I mean, it's whatever. If it works, it seems to work. Like I think there's a few people. Was it you that was telling me that Fluffy the comedian's doing it now?
Yeah.
And I mean, I love the guy, by the way. Just a little shout out to Fluffy. He's one of my favorite. He's definitely in my top 20 comedians, and I'm a huge stand-up comic fan. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
So for him to be in my top 20, that says something because there's a lot of comedians out there. And there's 2 of them that are my 2 top favorites and always fucking will be. Which Jen just loves them. But anyways, no, they're my favorites. And yeah, he's definitely in there. And Fluffy is losing weight now because of DDP.
118 pounds.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's good to see. He's one of them guys. You want him around. You want him to stick around with his 48 fucking Volkswagen buses. That's so awesome. If you had to pick something to collect, eh? It's like, why do we collect these buses? But anyway. So yeah, Corey's getting old and he's still doing shit, and yeah, it's kind of cool. I will check this track out.
Because I'm tired. How did we get talking about him?
Well, we were just talking about him because I brought up the fact that he's got a rock song.
Southern rock song. There we go.
Is it Southern rock?
It's yeah.
Is he Southern?
I don't know.
I wonder where those guys are from. No, they're not. They're from like fucking the same. They're from Iowa.
Anyway, I know
That's where
you
they're
really
from.
hate that whole awesome metal bands crossover to Southern rock. I know you hate that, but
Some of it I do. And I also really fucking hate Southern metal bands.
I know
And
you
I
really
don't-
hated Rebel Meets Rebel. I liked that album.
I don't hate them because it's hard. How do I say this so that you'll understand? And I'm not trying to just like cover my tracks here, but there's some Southern metal bands I hate because I just don't like their sound. And then there's other ones I hate because it's almost like they're just trying to be heard in a Southern way, which is weird. It's like kind of like they're just wearing cowboy hats unironically, and it's not. It's like, I mean, the one band that always comes to mind, I think, is Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah. You're always shitting on them.
Yeah, I mean, and
They did a really good cover, though. What's the
Bad
song?
Company.
Yeah, Bad Company.
oh no, like okay, so they've put out some good shit, and that's fine. But it's something I can't get behind too much. But now myself, I am really into fucking fast ass deathcore. So it's hard to stray people from what they listen to sometimes.
You really did hate that Rebel Meets Rebel album, didn't you?
Oh, I fucking hated it. I hated it. I felt like it was just it did nothing for Dimebag.
Well, David Allan Coe's a piece of shit.
David
so.
Allan Coe's a fucking piece of garbage. I don't know how the hell he ever ended up fucking not getting fucking canceled in today's culture. Like, is he dead now? That's the only way.
Hopefully.
That's the only fucking way that, like...
He's a horrible racist
I mean, what's
bigot.
the, you know, he's like the equivalent of fucking Jim Crow today. Like, it's terrible. The shit that... And it's funny, because Rebel Meets Rebel is tame. Have you ever heard his actual music?
Oh, my God, I
It
know.
is fucked.
It's
Like, I don't know
yeah.
how that shit's even legal. But I guess it's freedom of speech. You can basically say what the hell ever you want, even if you're a racist piece of garbage.
Yeah, he's pretty disgusting. There was nothing racist about Rebel Meets Rebel. There was a lot of really stereotypical against women bullshit in it.
Women and anybody of not white descent.
No, he didn't talk about that in Rebel Meets Rebel.
Oh, in Rebel Meets Rebel,
Yeah.
no. In his own music, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's disgusting.
It's wretched.
Talks about hangings and everything.
And it's not even like, it's not even done in a subtle fashion. It's
No.
done in a like, it's done in an unintelligently just racist fucking way. Like,
Yeah.
Which to me is like, that has no artistic value at all. It doesn't. It's just, I don't know. He's catering to people that are just giving him power. They're just like, yeah, white power or whatever, right? Like, you know, they got their hoods on and fucking their pitchforks or what the fuck ever, right? Anyway, so that's it. What it did when I heard Rebel Meets Rebel, I thought, okay, it sounds different, and it's got Dime's guitar in it. So then, obviously, I'm a big researcher. I need to know shit. It's just I have to know about what I'm listening to. So obviously, I searched up this guy, and it kind of made me lose a little bit of respect for Dime and Vinny.
Well, Diamond's already dead.
Was he already dead when that?
Yeah, he was already dead.
So that was all.
So he had already recorded everything.
Okay.
And there were some logistical issues with David Allan Coe, or he wasn't the original. No, he was the original person they had picked for it. But yeah, it came out long after he was dead. I mean, that came out.
Him?
What?
Why did they pick him? They must have just been friends with him forever.
I don't think they were necessarily all that great of guys.
Oh, I don't either. Trust me, I don't think they were really either. I mean, maybe
there's a lot of talk now about how they potentially.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much because, I mean, Pantera's a really fucking huge staple, but I do feel you might be right. They probably weren't the most fantastic gentlemen.
No.
And, I mean, it's the weirdest part about it all is you still got Phil around. Phil seems to be the one of them
He's really come around a lot.
Phil seems to be the one of them that was, like, the most normal, in my opinion. Like, he's kind of...
He was just depressed with a drug addiction.
Yeah, I mean, he threw his fucking back out being an amazing vocalist.
Yeah.
That's how he did it.
Yeah.
He fucked himself over trying to be the most hardcore.
Well, that's how Tom
lead
Araya threw
singer.
his back out.
Yeah, and I mean, he was trying to be the most hardcore lead singer in a metal band, and guess fucking what, guys? He goddamn did it. Because you look back on the days, and you see those Pantera shows, and you're like, holy shit, man, he was fucking scary.
Yeah.
Like, he was a legit scary-ass dude that you would not have wanted to fuck with. And then, of course, you pile a bunch of drugs in that, and it's even more. But anyway, so before I get everybody all mad at me for shitting on Pantera, I love them, but yeah.
Shitting on who?
On the Pantera.
Parentera.
And, yeah, but, like, you know, I think they're an amazing band. I think that the fucking metal world just would not be where it is without them. There's no
You know
way.
what other Southern asshole that's awesome that you hate and I love?
Who?
Zach Wilde.
Yeah, see, I can't get behind that either. And I think for me, that's a whole other... That's the same type of, like... Just, I don't know, you're just a hard biker or something. I don't know, man.
He wrote some great stuff, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Like, the one song that comes to mind of Pantera's that is really that, like, deep southern metal shit is Tens. I think it's called Tens. And it's on, like, Great Southern Trendkill.
Yeah, not my favorite album.
And that's, well, actually, the whole album is that. That's what it is. And, it's, you know, they've always been a southern band. That's what they are. Like, there's no denying that shit. They wore fucking, like, you know, diamond encrusted fucking cowboy hats, for Christ's sake. Like, it was fucking.
I know, but aren't they from LA?
Nah, I don't think Pantera was.
Because
from
they
LA.
were playing in the.
Were they from LA?
I think.
I don't know. Maybe that was all just a fucking act.
Or maybe they were from Texas. I don't know.
Like, I feel like Phil might have been from LA, but I'm just getting our producer here to look this up. Oh, our producer is me.
Still running that one, huh?
Can't afford a producer. Anybody wants to be a producer for free, by all means. Nope, they are from Texas.
Okay, they are from Texas.
They're from the same town as Hank Hill. Arlington.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, that's where they're from. So, I'm not sure who the fuck Terry Glaze is. Maybe that's the original singer?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That makes sense then. So, yeah, they're all from Arlington, Texas. And, who the fuck is it? His name's not showing up here. Where's it at here? Terry Glaze. American singer and guitarist, best known for his work with heavy metal, Lord Tracy. Ugh, never heard of that. An early stage Pantera. So that would have been back like
back in the hair metal days.
Metal.
Yeah.
Power metal days.
What was the other one called?
Fuck.
Night Magic? Night Metal Magic?
Metal Magic.
Metal Magic?
I think it was Metal Magic. So that's their first one, and then there was Power Metal.
And they came as a double feature.
Now, Power Metal's a legit good song, a good album.
Yeah.
That had Pussy Time on it. That's a fucking awesome song. Anyway,
and that's why they had David Allan Coe singing Rebel Meets Rebel.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's up with David Allan Coe, but that guy could probably just drop dead, and I don't think anyone really miss him.
No.
We
gotta get off this tangent. We skewed way off track.
We are, yeah. So we were actually talking about Corey here, and so I will give it a listen.
Yeah, you gotta give it a listen.
Here's my little news thing I was teasing you guys about, and it's kind of exciting, and I have yet to have a chance to listen, but that is going to be my top priority tomorrow. Fuck the Facts are back with a brand new track. And that wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did, so I'm fucking rolling with it. And I love that band. They're from New Brunswick. I don't know what town in New Brunswick. I'm an idiot. If Fuck the Facts is listening to this right now, then by all means, correct me on telling me what town you're from, but I believe they might be from Moncton. But, yeah, I'm probably wrong. I could look that up on Wikipedia and probably find it. Anyways, Fuck the Facts is...
Don't pull a Joe Rogan giving out misinformation.
Oh, fuck. Spotify will fucking cancel me. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think Jen just got arrested for starting a forest fire here, actually. I'm pretty sure. So, you guys, she's going to have to go. Anyway, no, Fuck the Facts is back. They have a new grind track because they wouldn't do anything else. That's what they do.
I'll be honest, I don't know anything about them.
No? Well, next time they're in town, we're going to fucking hit them up and go see them, which could be in 2025.
I was going to say.
But after the plague is gone. But next time they're in town, we'll definitely have to get out and see a show. They put on a great stage show. Their singer, she's a fucking beast. Like, we're talking, she's a good grind singer. Like, really good. And, yeah, they've gone through quite an evolution. Their music is, like, way improved. They started out good, but like any band, they start out with their own raw sound that has to be, refined a little bit. And they've come a long way. So, yeah, their new track is called... This phone would stop locking. It is called Plein Noircier. And Noircier. And...
Please, also, correct Tim on his...
Yeah, because I have no idea what the fuck I'm ever saying. So anyway, you get a chance, check that out. I'm pretty sure you can probably find it on Spotify. And there is some more news.
Okay, hold on. Before you get into your exciting news.
You got new shit to talk about.
Well, no, I went to the store tonight because I had to grab a couple of things. And I Laid to Rest by Lamb of God came on my stereo. And I instantly thought of Death Clock.
Yeah, I fucking love that song.
So we briefly talked about a band reminding you of another band. So that particular album by Lamb of God reminds me of Death Clock.
So that album is Laid to Rest.
Ashes to
Or
something.
Ashes of the Wake?
Yes.
Right. Because the reason I thought it was Laid to Rest is I actually have the single, the Laid to Rest single.
I had the Ashes and Whatever album, not the actual album, so I didn't know the title of it. But anyway, yeah. That's probably my favorite Lamb of God
Ashes
album.
of the Wake.
Anyway, so what bands... I didn't ask you this earlier because I didn't want to kill our content. But what... Give me a weird one.
Weird one what?
Like a band that you hear that... A band you hear that makes you think of another band that may not even be even remotely in the same realm.
It's funny. I'm just going to throw this out there right now. It's Rush and Yes. For me, and it's all because they were literally my dad's two favorite bands.
So when you hear one or the other, you think of the other.
Yeah, it's to me those two bands, and it's funny because they're from fucking opposite sides of the globe. And they to me now,
and they're very different.
But some people might argue that too, though. They're both prog. They're both prominently 80s prog. They both have singers with really high pitched voices. They both have very articulate keyboarding. One of the major fucking differences I would say is the amount of people in the band. So Yes has a huge sound because they have a huge band. Rush has a huge sound because they're fucking geniuses.
It's funny. I have never, ever... I respect both those bands.
Yeah.
I cannot stand prog rock.
Yeah. Some of it's not... You got to realize, too, those two bands are maybe not now so much.
No, I mean in general, as a genre, I cannot stand prog rock. The only reason I even like friggin' Subdivisions is because of you. And it makes me laugh when I hear it.
It's funny, too, because that's so far from being my favorite Rush song. It's not even close. Red Barchetta kills that.
I know a lot more Rush.
Sorry, what I meant to say was Red Barchetta Trudeau's the fuck out of that.
I know a lot more Rush now because of you.
Yeah.
I only knew whatever Q104 played when we were kids.
You would have known, you probably would have known Limelight. What was the one you just said? Subdivisions.
Spirit of Radio.
Spirit of Radio. I was going to say maybe Fly By Night.
Oh, Fly By Night.
You probably would know that track.
Hate Fly By Night.
See, that, to me, I hear that stuff and it just makes me glow because that's the original gutty 80s fucking Rush prog. And then you see the shitty music videos that go along with them, and it made it so much better of an
Geddy
experience.
Lee looking like everybody's grandma.
Oh yeah, poor guy, he's hideous.
See,
anyway,
for me, it's that's what Feed My Frankenstein by Alison Cooper does, or Alison Cooper.
Yeah, she's sexy as
Alice Cooper. Or anything by April Wine, or anything by the Guess Who.
She's really bad at putting makeup on, though.
Shut the fuck up. Anything by the Guess Who, Burton Cummings,
Yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin. That's my kind of... Now, I guess, does Led Zeppelin kind of almost fall into that progressive?
They have some... They definitely would have had some progressive... They are in that odd...
They're more like the stoner rock, though.
Well, they're acid rock.
Because Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin kind of go hand in hand with your musical taste, I think.
They originally would have been kind of like an acid rock, psychedelic type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Wall, to me, Pink Floyd's The Wall is an experience. You
it is for sure.
can't just listen to... That's why I hate that Q104 and
That's why they made the movie, because of that.
Yeah, but I mean, the rock stations playing, Another Brick in the Wall drives me insane because there is an experience to that album. When the live version came out when I was in my last year of high school, I paid the atrocious price to get that live album.
Yeah.
Because it was just phenomenal.
See, Led Zeppelin is in that kind of weird time era where music was still that's the rock and roll, the heavy rock anyways, and the heavy metal. It was in its infancy, and it didn't really have a name. Like it was weird. Like there was bands out there that were like, we're heavy metal, and you know what I mean. But it's like, well, what the hell is that? And it's like, well, we just said it because it sounds hard. And then you get like, you get bands that were really kind of doing the metal thing, and you go back and it's like a lot of people would say they're classic rock, like Judas Priest, for example. You were to sit and say, what genre is Judas Priest? I would unequivocally answer you and say they are fucking heavy metal. And
Yes.
that is that. There's nothing else to it to me.
No.
But
But
a lot of people don't see it that way.
because they only hear the Head Out to the Highways and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is a catchy, awesome rock tune.
But to me, they are one of the original definers of heavy metal.
Yeah.
And Led Zeppelin was kind of in a weird realm there where they didn't quite fall into heavy metal. They didn't quite fall into rock because they were more hard than the rock music that was out at the time.
Yeah.
So, they were definitely a stepping stone for sure. But
Sorry,
I
I
would
know-
call them acid rock.
I'm trying to find, because I have a live Zeppelin album too, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's live at Red Rock, but it's not showing up here. What the
I
frig?
don't know.
Anyway, it's
Maybe you should talk to your producer.
my producer is not doing well here.
No.
Anyway, I don't know if you've ever listened to that one, have you?
What?
Led Zeppelin's live album, like last live album they put out,
Oh, like new?
which I think was live.
Like, is it modern, recent?
Live at Red Rock? Anyway, no, I think it was a recording.
Because I think the last live that I can remember listening to would have been No Quarter Unleaded. And that's not actually Led Zeppelin. It was Jimmy Page and Robert Plant. And they were doing acoustic stage performances of Led Zeppelin songs.
Yeah. Okay, so it is live at Red Rocks.
Okay.
It came out in 2017.
So then let me throw this one at you. You just...
No, it didn't come out in 2017. It came out before then. Anyway,
So
Go ahead.
we were just discussing what we thought Led Zeppelin was. So just to throw this random question, what do you think AC/DC falls into?
classic rock.
Is it classic rock?
Absolutely.
Because it's funny, if you go back then, it wasn't. All the kids that were listening to AC/DC were like doing devil's horns. It was heavy metal to them. Same with Guns N' Roses was heavy metal.
Well, Guns N' Roses is still listed as a metal band.
Well, Guns N' Roses is a hair metal band, in my opinion.
No, not even close.
No?
No, they were considered hair metal, whatever. I don't. Being a fan and somewhat well versed in hair metal, no,
Nah.
they're too
Maybe.
heavy to be
I mean,
hair.
I don't think they're heavy metal.
They're too heavy to be hair. They're not heavy enough to be heavy metal.
But like
I shouldn't
November Rain
say-
is like a metal ballad.
I shouldn't say. That's the only thing that I think fits them into the hair category is they did a bunch of love ballads.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's like that one hard song, one fucking sad song.
So Spotify used to have this awesome hair metal list that I used to listen to all the time.
Yeah.
Had, Cherry Pie and all the good crap on it. And the other day I was like, I want to listen to that again because it was a nice day out. I
Gone.
was driving for a few minutes. And guess what? The only thing I could find was what was listed as the most amazing hair metal list ever.
Yeah.
All fucking ballads. That is not hair metal.
Nope. It's not. We've been down the hair metal track, and I was forced to listen to it one week, and there's some hair metal that I listen to it, and I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah, like that song by the Scorpions is Still of the Night.
Or like maybe I'm an idiot, but The Crew, like, are they hair metal?
I think
'Cause,
they're
like, there's-
hair/glam.
Like there's some, yeah, I guess they're kind of
but they're kind of in that Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, so they're another one of those bands. It's like they don't really have a place. They're not like, okay, you sit and you say, what? Carnifex is a really fucking easy band to define.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just throwing this example out there. There's no way that anybody's gonna be like, well, I don't really know what no, you do know what genre it is. It's fucking deathcore, with maybe a hint of black metal now.
See, hair metal is this massive
But it's
span.
such a stretch. Yeah, like there's so many different. There's such a range
Yeah.
of hair metal.
Like
that
you look
like.
at Warrant and Skid Row. Now Warrant was heavy on the rock end, but they were heavy. Skid Row was probably
Warrant I can get behind.
Skid Row was probably the closest thing to metal into hair metal.
Yeah, some Skid Row I can really get behind.
Yeah.
Anything after Bach's gone, fuck them guys. Those guys are idiots.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. But Sebastian Bach's stuff, the guy's one of the fucking best vocalists to ever come out of this country. Simple as that. Maybe next to Devin Townsend. Devin Townsend's probably a fucking one of the top vocalists I can think of coming out of Canada. There's a lot. I mean, it's hard for me to
Remind me.
Strapping Young Lad.
Oh, right. Okay.
Right. So,
Not very well versed in them either. But their new song?
Haven't heard it. Oh, what? Or sorry, what was I supposed to say? Wait, what?
Nobody's going to get that but me.
Stole that from another podcast, but anyways. So, I did not know the Strapping Young Lad
Is
had a
it
new
new?
track.
Just let me double check that before
Yeah.
we go ahead and excite the people. Really?
What?
Gene Hoglan is such a whore.
Oh, Gene Hoglan's been their drummer, though. He founded the band.
He's such a band whore.
Yeah, well, there's that and Fear Factory. His two biggest things, really.
And Death Clock.
Well, yeah, I know, but Death Clock was an after project.
It doesn't matter. Super. Okay, no, I was wrong. So it must have been something I just randomly heard that showed up on.
Because I was about to say, oh my fucking God.
I'm sorry, they haven't put anything
Sorry,
out
that's
since
just a reference
2006.
to another Strapping Young Lad song that I really love.
They haven't put anything out since 2006.
Oh, really?
I'm very sorry.
Well, no, because Townsend's been doing his own thing. So I think there's the Devin Townsend project.
Yeah, is that
And
still a thing?
he's a huge producer now as well. I can't think of the band. Are you on him now?
Yeah.
Go look at the bands that he produces, and you'll see there's a long list of shit that he's
done
involved
some
in.
lead vocals for Steve Vai.
Oh yeah, he is like, and I think he's a super cool guy to work with, and I think that really benefits people. It gives you places to go, places to work. People want you around. It's not,
He has a shit ton of associated acts. So the Devin Townsend Band,
Yeah.
Devin Townsend Project, Strapping Young Lad, Casualties of Cool, Steve Vai, Ween,
I don't think Ween was his band. He produced them, maybe.
or was vocals on them, Frontline Assembly. Do you remember them? You don't. So that was industrial.
You're looking at Associated, though.
Right. So he's
That's
done
not-
something with these guys.
Well, it means they're friends. It doesn't mean he's done something with them. If
Apparently
you go look
he's-
at Pantera's Associated stuff, it's like Sepultura's in there. Because they're
Apparently
friends.
he's cool with Gojira or Gohira, Goyira.
Yeah.
We always say it three ways.
I'm telling you,
because
like, Townsend has a good rep. So he's never been fucking shut down. He's always been a weirdo. That's never going to change.
I have skewed off again. So Frontline Assembly.
Who's the drunk one?
I'm tired. That's what you get for doing this with me when I'm tired. So, industrial metal. Frontline Assembly is industrial metal. You probably know nothing about them.
Never heard of them.
I had an album called Hard, which was just a compilation of bizarro metal / crossover crap that came out from MTV
Okay.
back in the day. I think it was MTV.
Yep.
Anyway, they're Canadian, and they were formed by Bill Leeb from Skinny Puppy, of all things. I hate Skinny Puppy.
I've
I had
never
friends in
heard of-
high school.
I've never heard of any of this.
I think Skinny Puppy did Bela Lugosi's Dead, which is just a horrible...
So what I'm learning right now is that I'm pretty glad I don't know any of this.
But it just shows our different backgrounds here.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Anyway, I'm just trying to see if Devin Townsend is actually, like, part of this. It's not really where's the damn members? Just says associated acts. Fear Factory
Fear Factory.
members.
What,
Yeah,
you're saying
no.
that Townsend, he's in
what?
He's not in Fear Factory. Townsend.
No.
No.
But Gene Hoglan was in Strapping Young Lad,
Gene Hoglan
which led
and
to Fear
Townsend are
Factory.
very good friends. Yeah.
Man, Wikipedia just connects things like.
Well, yeah, you're in a little hole right now. So just get out of it.
Yeah, but
Get your shovel, dig yourself out of
it's
the
like
trench that you're in.
Ancestry.ca of bands.
It's like a fucking It's true. You're like, how the fuck are these two related?
Jane
God
Hoglin's
damn it.
grandmother was neighbors with Devin Townsend's
Yeah.
sister. Like what?
Anyways, so yeah, no, it's where? How did we get to this?
I don't know.
Call in if you know how we got to this.
I think we need to end it.
Yeah, we should probably wrap this up soon. Trying to think if I had any other exciting news.
Yeah.
Well, I do, but that's not news that people actually care about. Well, they might. Hopefully they do.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. Oh, Whitechapel is coming back. Maybe some people don't care. You know what? Back in the day, I used to fucking love Whitechapel. And then I think other people just ruined them for me because they were like, you're an idiot for liking Whitechapel. And I'm like, well, fuck you, man. They sounded good. They had some pretty hard-ass deathcore. You know, they put out some really nice shit.
I don't know much about Whitechapel.
No, maybe someday we'll sit down and have a big Whitechapel session. You can hear some of the stuff that like I think of when I think of Whitechapel. It's like,
Isn't that where Harold and Kumar went to get their burgers?
that's White Castle. But yeah, well, I think Whitechapel's actually a town. I think it's actually the town that they're from.
You are not rolling with my jokes at all.
Yeah. See? I'm rolling with your jokes. Fucking jokes. This podcast is a joke. Anyways. But yeah, so anyway, other than that, there's really nothing too fucking exciting in the news. Maybe next week we'll have some fucking better news, but...
Am I missing...
Oh, I see here now, Asan. Oh. Okay, this is just a headline. It says, Asan is surprised black metal artists aren't being more experimental. Well, you know, I kind of fucking agree with him on that.
Oh my God. No,
what did we just talk about? He's going a little overboard on the experimental side, but yeah, I don't know.
Like him and fucking Varg need to get together and they can write their Norwegian folk albums together.
I don't think you'd ever see him and Varg in the same room.
No,
together.
I know that. I'm just making
because
an example of it.
You got to remember too that he was in the middle of that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Like he wasn't in the middle of it, but he was in the scene at the time.
Didn't Mayhem just put out like a brand new album?
Yeah. Mayhem's fucking killing it, man. That Necro Butcher fucking is he's a great bassist.
Well, he's the only Mayhem left in Mayhem.
Well, no, I mean no, wait, is Hellhammer still in the? I don't fucking know who's in the band now. Yeah, it's that band's gone through so much shit. But no, I heard the new record. It sounds good. I like it. And I'm not the old school black metal fan that can get behind that stuff from the 80s. Like I find a lot of it's just not. Sorry if I offend people, but it's just not that listenable.
No, it's structurally inept.
They didn't really have their shit figured out. Now you get into the more modern stuff, like I mean, some Emperor stuff is amazing, and I don't think you're so well versed in the Emperor either. But you listen to some Emperor and you're like, holy fuck,
Immortal's
this is put together
kind
well.
of like as black as I get.
And Immortal is a really cookie cutter type band.
I know.
I love them.
But that whole album with just 5 songs and all the wintry sounds in the back and the horses and it was a cool album.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's wintry, like you said.
It paints a picture.
It's snowy day music.
Yeah, each song is more of the story. That album is one story.
It's All Shall Fall. Is that the album you're thinking of? Yeah, it's a great fucking record. But then now we're digging into stuff where real black metal people
probably hate it.
They probably don't really like it that much because they're like, nah, it's just bleh. Because they want to listen to that fucking raw when they didn't have it figured out music.
Yeah.
And I mean, we watched the movie about Mayhem, so we know that was what made the genre is that they didn't want to be the normal. They didn't want to be the death metal from Sweden. They wanted to be their own thing, and I mean, they fucking did it.
And they kind of made the genre.
Kind of. I know it Venom. Venom had a big hand in it, but I think more or less Venom came up with the kind of the name.
Yeah, I know Venom was the first, but Mayhem was the first kind of.
Oh, they were the most
insanely popular
and the most hardcore. They were the ones that were like, no, this is real.
Yeah,
which it wasn't. Just a note, it wasn't real. You know, Euronymous was actually probably a pretty normal guy before he was fucking stabbed to death by a psychopath.
That whole thing still really bothers me.
It's a sad story, man. Like, you never know what we would have saw today from them guys.
Yeah.
You know, there's a good chance he might not have been in Mayhem, but
If they portrayed him.
now dead was dead. Dead was dead before he was dead. Because that guy was a fucking mess of depression.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted nothing more than to die by blasting his head into two pieces.
How
with
many
a
times did
fucking
he
shotgun.
try to kill himself before he actually killed himself?
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm pretty sure he shot himself because he fucking couldn't die. Like he cut both of his wrists and he wasn't bleeding out, and he was like, "Well, fuck, this isn't working." Yeah. Don't let your kids listen to this episode because it's pretty horrifying. But yeah, I mean, there was a whole lot of blood and gore, and
I know we've talked about it. Well, I mean, we
sadness
did a whole
behind the whole
episode on
thing.
the movie. It still sticks with me. Every time I see the picture for that episode come up, it takes me back. I want to watch the movie again.
Euronymous' face
But
in it
part
and
of me-
everything. Yeah.
Part of me doesn't ever want to watch the movie ever again.
I don't know if I talked about this on the pod. I might have, but if I didn't, I'm sorry. If I did, I'm sorry, but I'm going to mention it again. They had a contest in Norway to have one of a iconic person from Norway on the Norwegian airplane.
Yeah, we talked about it.
And Euronymous was one of the people that came up. Because, I mean, we don't look at it the same way, but if you were to, put yourself in a Norwegian person's shoes, Euronymous is an icon.
Mm-hmm.
He changed a lot about that country. The main genre of music that is known for coming from Norway is that type of metal, that type of music in general. I mean, there's Norwegian death metal, but it's never going to be what the Norwegian black metal scene was. And apparently, he probably would have had a chance of having his face on the Jets.
Didn't his family...
His family was against it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you know, you have to respect them for that, too. They lost a member of their family to a horrific murder. When was that happen? 91 or 92?
I
In
don't
that early
remember now.
90s anyways. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, it was 30 fucking years ago, but at the same time, that's only... His parents are probably still around, his siblings. He has a sister.
Yeah, I think his sister was the one that came out and said she really didn't want to see that happen.
And so, I mean, you got to kind of respect them for that, but...
You know what I'd like to see? Varg get nominated for their prison system banners, ads for the penitentiary down the road.
They don't have a good fucking prison system. That's the problem. That's why he only spent 14 years in jail for stabbing somebody 40 fucking times.
I sort of feel bad for hating that guy as much as I do, but I really don't. I don't know him, so I have no...
I feel bad for Varg because there's something wrong with him. No, there really fucking is. He's not right.
The reason I'm laughing is because of the expression on Tim's face, which none of you can see, but...
It's just, there's something fucking up with him. And, I mean, if all you have to do is just go search him up on YouTube and look at his stupid videos and you'll see. It's fucking crazy. He's psycho. But, now he's doing acoustic versions of all the, shit. What was his band?
Burzum?
Burzum, yeah. So he's doing acoustic fucking songs in his office of Burzum tunes. It's well, nobody wants to listen.
And
to
that's
your shit
definitely a
anymore.
home office. That's definitely a home office.
Oh, you can tell. It's you can tell. There's a picture of his fucking mother up on the wall or whatever. I don't
And
know.
some weird little window up by the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah. You can see his Nazareth patch, or is it Nazareth? What's the patch?
Oh,
It wasn't Nazareth.
some cheesy band.
No, it wasn't
It's
Nazareth.
the Scorpions.
This is Scorpions. It's the Scorpions patch up on the thing, which apparently isn't true. That was another thing that was not true in the story.
Oh, I'm sure there was a couple things that weren't true.
Yeah,
But
they
I
had
mean,
to
if that
it
movie
up.
portrayed Euronymous at all correctly,
I have
that
a
poor
funny
fucker.
feeling that it was portrayed to make him look good. He might have
but he
been
didn't.
a
I mean,
little
in the
more-
movie, he came out and said, "Hey, I'm just a poser. It's all for show."
I know, but that makes him look good. I have a funny feeling. I don't know the facts. Nobody really fucking
Nobody knows
the
the facts.
but I just got this feeling that he might have been a little bit more fucking crazy than what that movie made him look like he was.
There's such an air of mystery around that whole thing.
It's fascinating to me.
It's very
It's
fascinating.
fascinating to me that was covered up as well as it was. And just the whole thing, man, holy fuck, if that shit had happened in the States, First thing I can tell you right now is fucking Varg wouldn't be driving his fucking Jeep through the goddamn woods singing stupid fucking Norwegian fucking songs. He'd be dead.
Yeah.
They'd have been like, what the fuck, dude? You just stabbed this guy fucking 30, 40 times? You're getting put down.
Yeah.
End of story. We're going to put a fucking helmet on your head and fry your brain. And in Canada, I mean, yeah, we would have saw 12 years and then parole, but...
That's not true.
Yeah. Our justice system's needs a little work.
That's premeditated murder.
Yeah, that's true.
He went-
that's true.
He went there to kill him.
He did go there to kill him. And he took the other guy with him.
Yeah, and that poor fucker didn't even get out of the car.
He went to jail too, eh?
And he went to jail
But he
for
didn't go
like
to-
8 years.
Yeah, he didn't go to jail as long as Varg did, but anyway.
He
I
had
don't
no
know,
idea what Varg was going to
The
do.
whole thing was a shit show. It really was. It's a sad thing because he could have lived out a long life and had an awesome fucking career and made us all gave us all more music to listen to.
They were also young and full of testosterone and fuck knows what else, so...
I mean, even to add to that, Varg could have not been a fucking psycho and gave us good music to listen to.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? When I say this now, I'm not joking. There is something fucking wrong with him. Like, he's got a mental problem of some sort, and I mean, it was never looked after. It was never admitted to.
No.
You know, that was way before the days of like, oh, I have issues, I need help. Like that was not a thing back in those days. Like,
Well, clearly,
here's
because
Dead's
otherwise,
help.
Dead
Here's
wouldn't be
Dead's help,
dead.
I'm just gonna split my head in half with a 12 gauge. And so
That whole thing was so sad, too.
I don't think they had a lot of connection to their parents because they obviously had parents. They were just normal.
Well, Dead was from
teenagers.
2 hours away from where...
Dead was from Sweden, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He's Swedish,
Was he Swedish?
I believe.
Kind of makes sense.
I know they like picked him up, and within minutes he was picking up fucking carcasses off the road.
Yeah.
It was fucked up. Like, but anyway, so yeah, we should probably wrap this up. I do have one thing I want to plug to you guys, though. I'm very fucking excited. My band has finally released a track off of our upcoming EP. I say upcoming because once we have got all of them out to you motherfuckers, we are going to release it as kind of a package deal. It'll just be like a 3-song EP. Probably be up on most of the streaming services wherever you can get it, because I'm pretty sure we'll call him our producer, but he's also a member of the band.
They can't see those quotations.
Yeah, that's right. They can't see the quotations. But so anyways, right now, what you can do if you want to listen to my band's track, which I would really fucking appreciate getting in there, get some hits, you can go on Bandcamp. And I am going to actually repost because Facebook is being a fucking dick, and I don't like how it's working. And I tried to post it to our Getting Hard page, and something fucked up, and it's not showing up or something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, it says
with
it's
that.
there, but
It's not there, and so Jen's already reposted it to her page. I will put something up on... I think I might create a Instagram for the band too, actually.
sure you don't already have one?
No, I don't. We have a Twitter account. And fuck Twitter anyways. You know what? I was thinking about it. Say fuck Twitter all you want, but they're the one fucking social media platform that's not shutting everybody down for everything.
Except the one person who uses it the most wants to shut them down.
Oh, well, yeah, we won't talk about the Orange Menace. But yeah, no, and I mean, it doesn't... I have Instagram, and I use it occasionally. I'm not like one of those people that's on it. I don't use it as a news platform.
I've made maybe like 2 posts on my Instagram.
Yeah, I don't make a lot of posts, but I will go on and, fucking look around. And I mostly follow positive things on there anyway. Like, I follow our Prime Minister. I follow fucking all the bands I like, kind of things. A lot of comedians and stuff, but just the hatred that gets passed around there is unbelievable. So that's why.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to avoid it that way, but I mean, you can watch a girl stuff a pop bottle in her asshole on Twitter. They don't care. They will fucking let anything fly. There's porn on there. There's fucking everything.
It's the new Reddit.
Yeah, and they will let anything fly, and there's no shit. I mean, you put a nipple on fucking Instagram, it's gone.
Or Facebook.
And you're shadow banned. You're fucked. If
Yeah.
they don't ban you, you're shadow banned, and you don't even know it.
Facebook, you have to like prove that it was an accident. if it was an accident.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it always reminds me, Sarah Silverman posted a picture of a reflection of herself in her mirror with her tits out. And so you can barely really see, but you can see her face, and then if you look, you can see her tits are there. And she's got great tits, which is fine. But it was like a matter, I think, of minutes, and they were just like gone.
Yeah.
I think she just did it as a test or whatever, but yeah. So I mean, in that way, Twitter kind of gets a little bit of respect from me.
But yet Facebook will let you repost like CNN pictures of piles of bodies, and
yeah, and I mean,
all they do is put up a warning that says this may be graphic. Do you want to see it anyway?
Facebook tries to act like they're all this fucking shit. I mean, they've got themselves in some wild live Facebook shit before.
So how is it okay to
Live
look at
suicides?
piles? Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man? Like, maybe you might want to get rid of your live streaming platform if you can't control it. Like,
How is it okay to look at piles of dead bodies in the Middle East and, children missing limbs running down roads? How is that okay, but it's not okay to see a couple nipples?
yeah, I don't know. And nipples are nipples.
Especially when
See, I'm showing you my nipple right now.
they're so tiny. Especially when there's men posting shirtless pictures of themselves at the beach or on their boat or whatever. Like, what does it matter?
Yeah, no. I'm all for tits out. Okay, guys?
Let's just call them breasts. You've said
And
tits too many
by the
times.
way, it's Tim_taken away. You can send me all the titty pictures you want. Don't care. You can send dick pics to my wife. That's fine. You can do that too, or whatever. You send dick pics to me. I don't really care. I'll send them away. Send them to her. And yeah, no, like I seriously don't understand what the fucking deal is with the nipple.
No.
I mean, maybe it's because girl nipples are different than guy nipples, but I mean, I don't know.
I go back to when Amber, who owns Adept Tattooing, who tattoos women who have had their breasts removed because of cancer, and she tattoos realistic nipples on
right
women.
Which that's fucking. That's
She
an
had
awesome
a
service.
she had a section of her Facebook photos that was dedicated to breast, flower tattoos over the scars
And not a fucking nipple on it, I bet.
Oh
Because
no,
there wouldn't have been
she
any
had
nipples.
the nipples posted.
But they were.
She got
painted.
banned.
They were painted though.
Well, they're tattooed.
Right.
But
so
they
they're
looked
not
real.
Actual nipples.
No, but they looked real. So Facebook shut her down, and she actually fought them
Did
and
she?
won.
Oh, good. So she had her shit put back up.
Yeah.
Because I actually know this girl that she's talking about, and she's an amazing fucking artist. I can vouch for her because
She
I'm
didn't do any
looking-
of my tattoos.
Oh, she didn't do any of your
No.
stuff. Okay. So, anyways, but the shop that you're talking about, Adept.
Yeah, she's the owner.
Oh, okay. So the shop, yeah. So the tattoo work that Jen has.
No, the chick who did most of my tattoos, a lot of people who would be listening to this would know her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was at Gus's like 90% of the times we went to Gus's.
Who is she?
Are we allowed to do that,
I don't see why not.
Lisa?
Okay. Anyway.
She's no longer at Adept. She has her own shop now.
She has her own shop. Well, then, yeah. What's her last name? Look her up.
Smith.
Okay, Lisa Smith, look her up. She does great fucking tattoo work. I'm literally looking at my wife's tattoos, and she managed to keep all of Jen's tattoos in the same style, like the same color style. They go well together, and they're all completely different tattoos.
Yeah, that's
You
kind
know,
of
there's
a
all different stuff there,
it's kind of a mishmash.
and so I love her style.
Except for
don't-
this one, this was not done by her.
No, I don't have a single tattoo, but if I was gonna go, I would consider definitely getting her to do my work because she.
And I mean,
clearly
these
does good
these I
work.
think were early days in her career too, because this is quite a few years ago now.
And they've kept the color pretty good. You need some.
They
filling,
have.
but
My skin doesn't take the kind of pastel colors very well, but the stuff I've been posting, that she's been posting recently, is wow.
yeah. No, it's cool. I really have a lot of appreciation for good artists. So anyway, yeah, check out my band's new track on Bandcamp. It's Built for Sin. I will give you the Facebook thing so that you guys can hear that. Please give us a like, give us a share. Tell your friends. I'm hoping we're gonna get out to do some shows to support this, but it's hard to say what's gonna happen with that, just because COVID's coming back, I hear now, and it's not really gonna be going away anytime soon. But
No, we're half of our country's in the second wave, so
yep.
start of the second wave. It'll be here sooner than later.
So anyway, yeah, I trying to find what the actual fucking. It'll pop up here in a second. I don't know what's going on with the internet. There's too many people on the internet these days, and this whole COVID thing, man, you can't do anything anymore. Like, I'm trying to open a simple web page, and
It's part of why I'm scared to like even think about buying tickets to either of the two shows I told you about, because would you even be able to see the show, or would your internet crap out?
So yeah, check us out on Facebook at Built for Sin 666. That's our Facebook page. There's posts on there. Our drummer, who has been on the show, Aaron, posted the track from Bandcamp. I'm super fucking excited. The art it gives me an actual boner, I think, maybe. And, well, it definitely gives me wood, hint, hint. And just a little shout out to the fucking guy who did this art, Persevere Art. He did an incredible fucking job. I'm super happy. I'm super proud. And, huge thanks to him. Huge thanks to everybody else who helped us out with this shit too, man. Like, there's tons of people that had their hands in on it. It wasn't very prompt. We did what we could, given the circumstances that surrounded us. And, yeah, it's out now. We're super happy, and we can't wait for everyone to hear it, and we can't wait to get out to support it. I am fucking stoked to play a show.
In 5 years.
In 5 fucking years. After all the people are dead. Sorry, not you guys. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it. We should probably wrap this up. We were going to do a short up, and we didn't.
No, this is probably one of our longer ones.
We're an hour and 4 minutes in now, so we should probably kill it and let you guys go to bed, because that's what we're going to do. And, yeah, you all have yourselves a good fucking week, and we love you. And
I'm going to bed.
She's going to bed. I'm going to go have a smoke and finish my rum and do the same. You guys have fun. Big fat kisses. Love you. Peace.